Welcome to the highlights channel of the Ranveer Show. Quick fire, heavy information clips available for you now. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video and enjoy it.
I used to be just the average guy in college with no interest in this. No, zero interest.
In engineering college.
Engineering college. Zero interest in these things. Then I had an experience once. I'd gone to the Durga Puja pandal, and Bengali, our Durga Puja is like, it's more both the religious festival as well as a cultural festival. So everybody goes there. So I was there, I remember, and I was looking at the year of Vigrah of Ma Durga, and suddenly for a few seconds, just like my mind entered into some kind of a zone. And normally if you go to a Durga Puja, you'll see that all there is sound and noise and things like that. Everything stopped, cut, nothing, no sound. And I could see the deity almost there, standing right in front. And for a second, it was real than anything I've ever seen. Just real. I mean, you can't describe it. And very organically, I asked for two things. That if there's any truth to these matters, I would like to know. And another prayer came out, which is more private, which I don't mention. But this happened. This whole thing must have happened for maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds, not even that. Right after that, the rational mind kicks in, and rational mind says, oh, must be an illusion of the mind. Okay, this is impossible. All nonsense. You're just believing, making stuff up. I didn't even tell anybody because it's rejected from the mind. This must not have happened. I mean, how can this happen? This is obviously, some kind of a delusion or something. But strangely, 7 days later, I am sitting with a friend of mine, and there is the friend's uncle. He's a very powerful, very advanced Upasaka. It's one of the people I consider as my gurus. So he had called up this friend, and he was just speaking to him, and he asks him that so in Hindi he says that who's there in a room with you? Is there anybody there? So he says that yeah, just a friend is there. He says, pass the phone to him. So he gives me the phone, and I don't even know what to speak of. So I just say namaste, blurt out a namaste, and he says namaste, namaste, and then he says I'll come to Bangalore for some office work. Meet me once, okay. And after I hang up the phone, my friend is saying that people come from far and wide to meet him and all that and all. So in my mind there was a mix of curiosity. What is happening exactly? Okay, I was more of the agnostic, skeptic, nastic, or non-believer kind of things. But there was this curiosity that why do people come to him? I said, why did he call? Let me go and see. So I went to meet him after a few days. He comes there and he's speaking to me, and suddenly I realized that he's speaking to me things that there is no way on earth he can know about me. Step by step, one after the other, what is going on in my life. I thought this some trick is going on. This is mind reading. Must be some hypnotism, mind reading, something like that. Because my rational mind is trying to justify that experience. How is it possible? And then he told me in coming months, XYZ things are going to happen with you. So yes, things like that. I have a restriction on mentioning his name in public, so that I will never do. He's very clear on that. But he was a very advanced Upasaka of Ma Durga, of the Bhagavati.
You'll have to explain the word Upasaka again.
Upasaka is one who does sadhana, one who does practice of the deity. Okay. So that is where I remember during conversation with him, he gave me a mantra and said, do this mantra, sadhana. Just chant this mantra. I was curious because once I analyzed in my own way, I analyzed and saw that this was not mind reading. There is nothing for him to gain from me. So if I were to hypnotize you and mind read you, I have to gain something. Why would I do it? Either I have to gain your appreciation, but why would I want your appreciation? You're a nobody. I'm just a college student. There's nothing there. Neither do I have a lot of money. He's not asking for my money. Anyway, I didn't have that much money, anything. So what exactly is this happening? Then just a thought came that, okay, let us assume for the sake of assumption that there is a possibility of something beyond what I can understand through rationality and whatever my limited understanding of rationality is. So then I asked him that how is this possible? So he said that is where the process is. You do sadhana. So he gave me a mantra to chant. And for a year I kept chanting. Nothing happened. Then one day I called him and said that nothing is happening. Something has to happen. I mean, why will I waste my time doing this? I have so many other things in life to do. Okay. And I wanted some experience at that time. I started off. So first of all, my entry was like from a non-traditional background into this field. So I always say that I was more of a lateral entry into the path of the dharma in the path of year. Then he said, okay, you do an anushtanam, you take a sankalpa. As I was explaining, sankalpa means you make a promise to the deity that I will do so much amount of sadhana in so many days with these XYZ rules. That's all. And then you follow those rules and do it.
But those rules were given by him.
Somewhat given by him.
Okay.
And somewhat, but it was still a more relaxed. It was not very complicated. You can make this very complicated also. The more tougher rules you put, the greater, and you succeed, higher is the result you will get. Okay. But it was more of a thing that was kind of relaxed. Only thing was the timing was to be fixed. Every day at this specific time I had to sit at night. And it used to take me close to 1.5 hours of mantra japa. So I remember even during weekends when that time my friends would come and say, okay, let's go to a pub and things like that. I said, just wait for some time, I'll finish it and then we'll go. Okay. So I had no expectation that anything will happen. I was just mechanically doing it. But I took it more as a challenge. Okay, these are the rules. Let's see, I'll do the rules. Kya hai isme? And I finished it. 40 days, it was supposed to be 41 days, I remember. Then it was a Sunday at the end of it. The next day morning, it was the Upasana of Bhairava, basically. I had not the faintest idea who was Bhairava. I am from the background who has very standard idea of gods. There is Shiva is there, Ma Kali is there because Bengal Kali is most popular. And there's Krishna is there. Bhairav and all that, I have no idea. Who is this? So, after the 41st day, I'm standing outside and I'm having coffee. I'm having very beautiful filter coffee. And I'm suddenly I see there are cars coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And all of them had the different cars, but not even a group together. It's like separate cars, individual cars coming. And each of them had this poster of Jai Bhairav, Jai Bhairav, Jai Bhairav, aise likha hua. And Bhairava is not that popular in South, by the way. It's popular, not as popular as it is in some areas in North. By the time the 7th or 8th car came in, I was stuck that something is going on. This is not normal. This is something different. Because I have been here all the while. I've never seen so many cars, that too of a name that is not that popular. I can understand if it is Tirupati Balaji or some of the other deities. Or in Maharashtra, if it's Ganpati, I can understand. Very popular forms. But there it was not there, and just struck me in my head, but I again rejected it. I didn't take it too seriously. It could be a coincidence after all. I don't know. That night I was in the room sleeping, and 2:33 I woke up, and right in front of me I could see a presence of the deity, of the Devata.
Of Bhairav?
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be a scary form of Shiva.
Scary because your mind is not accustomed to taking it. Okay. And I got scared. I got full scared. I was like, kya raha hai ye? I remember next day I called him up, my guru.
Can you describe what it looked like?
No, full I will not go into description.
Okay.
Just that he was standing there. Okay. And I couldn't sleep after that. Okay. Just standing. And I actually, see, there are more things involved. It was so around Shiva or around Bhairava, there are always ganas. Gana means who are basically the family of the deity, who are greatly connected to the deity and from that realm. Okay. Specifically for Shiva, they are called Shiva ganas or Rudra ganas or Bhairava ganas. So if you do their upasana properly, and suppose you have some past life link or something like that is there, it is often the case that before the Pradhan Devata, is the primary deity you are worshipping, comes, one of these ganas will come just to see who is it calling. They don't mean you any harm, but just to check. If you can't take their energy, how will you take the energy of the deity? Okay. But this is a very standard thing.
What do you mean take energy?
Take means you are able to see what happened. That whatever that entity, whatever that being was there, it was not negative at all. It was there. I got scared. And I called him. Next day, I called him on phone and said that XYZ. He said, it's okay, don't worry too much about it. If you're feeling too scared, go and stay with your any other friend's house 1-2 days and then come back. It'll be fine. I did that 1-2 days later. Okay. And for a few days, I stopped the practice because I could not process what happened. But then there is some urge within me that says that no, don't stop. Let's do it again. Let's see where it goes. Where does this stop? Where does this go? So like this, I kept continuing the practice. So this was one of my primary first experiences. Now what happens is when a deity, when one of these great gods whether it is Ma Durga, Shiva, any of this, suppose by some miracle or something were to come with the full energy, full Shakti, full power, even passes by near you, unless you are ready for it, unless your mind and body has the power to take that, you will be in a rattled state, because this is a tremendously different energy. In fact, if you read that autobiography of Yogi, which you were referring to, I think I remember one of the chapters has a very interesting line when he's explaining about Kriya Yoga, and I read it long back. He says that if your body is so, if it's like your body is, imagine your body is like a 40-watt bulb. Okay, and if you 40, instead of 40 watt, if you put in 100,000 watts of power, what is going to happen? It will crack. It doesn't have the capacity to take it. The whole process of Upasana is that you attain to the fitness where you can take the interaction with a Devata without either having any kind of a ye.
But what happens during the interaction? There's a sort of energy exchange?
No, then that depends. That's again, those are all very, so if suppose you reach a very high state that there is actually a deity interacts with you, he or she will try to transform you, okay, into something more spiritual, something that will take you to higher zones. Okay, that is one of the primary things of deities, if they come. And by the way, because this will be heard by a lot of people, there are many instances where people see deities, they feel they see something also, and yet it causes no transformation in them. Okay, they remain exactly as it is. So these topics are more complicated than they appear in what we can verbally explain properly. That's why the necessity of a good guru. To give an example, see in this case, so what happened is after that experience, my practice became more intense. Okay, that's good, fine. That's a sort of a blessing from the deity. There are people I know who see deities, who claim to have seen, and I'm not doubting them at all, but it has caused not the slightest change in them. On the other hand, if you go back and read the biography of a saint like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, so he sees Ma Kali once, okay, once he sees, and it changes him into a saint. He becomes transformed completely. So not all seeing is same. That's why these things, we enter into zones which cannot be explained verbally easily. And that is why there is the necessity of somebody, a guru, who can hold your hand and can, correct you or guide you, or what to take seriously, what not to get too attached to, things like that.
Wow. Okay. Can something evil, something demonic pose as a positive deity?
Absolutely. And it happens. 1-2 cases I knew of individuals. They can pose, sometimes they will come with a lot of effulgence, a lot of light, a lot of power, and a lot of things. But there is one trick to it. Trick means, I say that it happens to people who worship. Now, on the surface of it, if you ask that why are you worshipping, they'll say, I want moksha, I want liberation, I want because of my bhakti, etc., etc. But deep down, what is your secret desire? What is it that you want? So I'm worshipping that I become more powerful, or I'm worshipping I want XYZ, some things are there. Sometimes your greed and desire is much more than what you are allowed by nature. So what these entities will come, they'll first come with a lot of effulgence, lot of etc. These things, and then they will give you to some degree what you want. They will tell you, oh, you want this, I'll make you the best in this thing, etc. There is always, from deep within, it's like this principle that happens in the spirituality. No possession can happen without an affirmation from within. And affirmation is not verbal. Verbal speech is the worst of all speeches. It's the most useless of all speeches in the spiritual field. There are higher realms of speech where you don't utter any word. You can communicate. But verbal speech is the one where you can lie. And you lie not to the world, you lie to yourself. That is the worst part. Hundreds of people do that all the time. I am doing the puja for this purpose, that purpose, but your secret motivation is something else. And as is your motivation, so will be your activity. To judge a person, observe the actions, not look at the words. Words don't mean a thing. Deities don't care about your words. They see what is your secret motivation. So these entities often can come to people because of that, if there is some motivation for something else. And there is a greed to succeed fast. Motivation and speed. So you don't want to wait. You want the faster path. Normal for a deity upasana, normal, the gods we revere as the great gods, Shiva, Krishna, Durga, they are not going to come so fast to you. If it is happening very fast, then get yourself checked immediately. Either
How?
you are
How?
good, that's where you have to go to a guru. You cannot do it yourself.
How do you find a guru?
Take your time, don't be in a hurry. You meet people, see if their words are, sort of gelling with you, but not just words. See the energy is gelling with you. And the other thing is important to note is that what is the Guru Parampara? Which means, what I mean specifically, it is applied to, since we are talking a lot about Tantra sadhana. So in Tantra, it is very important, Tantra sadhana, that who is the Guru's Guru? Who is the Guru's Guru's Guru? 3 generations of accomplished gurus has to be there. It cannot, there is no Swayambhu Guru. I don't know who my Guru's Guru is. One day morning, he got up and became enlightened. It doesn't work. It may work in some cases, but Tantra sadhana and all that doesn't work. Because a Guru is finally like, imagine a huge banyan tree. Guru is one of the branches or a fruit in that tree, but is connected to that whole thing. Ecosystem is there. That is what a kula is. That is what a whole sampradaya is. The deities whose his guru has worshipped and his guru has worshipped. In fact, in Tantric Upasana, you have to do the worship of the gurus is very important. You have to do tarpanam to the gurus. Tarpanam means basically a process by which you tell them that let you be satisfied. Okay, there's a method of doing it. We do it for Pitrus also, ancestors and all that who have expired in the Hindu ritual custom. After a year or so, or specifically, we do tarpanam to them. We do tarpanam to rishis also. And we do tarpanam to the gurus, to the 3 generations of gurus. It is necessary to do them. It is necessary to invoke their blessings when you are doing a sadhana so that they can protect you. They can guide you. They can ensure that the right knowledge is passing through you. You are never alone. You are just a part of this ecosystem. Even after having great gurus, still you may not progress. Because there is another factor which is time. Mahakal, he is the Lord of time. Until he sets the tone, this is the time for you to progress, you will not go. But still you practice. I remember once, long back, when I was initial days, one very advanced Upasaka, and I was a bit confused about certain things. He told me that, what if I tell you that you will never make any progress in this lifetime? Would you continue the practice or would you leave it? So I was like, it was a rhetorical question, I didn't answer. So he says that it's a very simple thing. If the person says, genuinely, if you say that, okay, nothing is going to happen, you're wasting your time. It's useless. This lifetime is not going to happen anything for you. So then he may think, what is the use of doing? I have so many other things I can do. He was not even meant for it in the first place. The person who can continue with devotion, even when there is no sight of the result coming, that is the person who has a chance eventually of succeeding. And nature is a very good filtering process. It may be Kali Yuga. It may be the time when all the sacred scriptures which were originally passed down through the Sampradaya, Guru to Shishya, are all open in the internet. Yet the number of people who succeed is exactly fixed. Not one extra will succeed. You can practice as much as you want. Somewhere or the other, something will happen. So nature has this very good filtering mechanism. Very good. I mean, there is no greater accountant than nature in the world.
Yeah. I feel it's like kind of a river and a dam that you can keep trying even if you're not meant to do it, and then Mahakal will come and say, okay, now it's your time. Lift that veil, gate of the dam.
Yes.
And then the river will flow with force.
Yes.
You'll probably progress really fast in the next book.
And in fact, one of the things that happens often is that initial stages, when I deal with other upasakas, younger, and they're very promising and good people. So initial stages, when they start, it goes like this.
Very fast.
Very fast. Lot of experiences. You enjoy it. Suddenly it will come this.
Plateau.
That is your test. How many people, 70% people will fall off in this stage. Because you'll get bored. And there are other more exciting things in life. And I'm saying this in a non-judgmental way. It's perfectly all right. If you don't like it, I have never in my life forced anybody into Upasana. In fact, my first principle is if anybody approaches me, try to get him off. Get him off. Nahi karna hai. If this still sticks around and there are the propensities that he's meant to do it and he's meant to do it through me, that is also there. He may be meant to do it, but maybe he's supposed to get it from somebody else. So I am not there to interfere in that process. Then I may give him one small, what I feel intuitively or something like that, and tell him. And then nature will take care. If he's serious, if everything is in set, 6 months, 1 year down the line, the seed will start showing fruits. Then you can decide that whether more guidance is required and how to go about interact and how to handhold, etc. necessary things.
Yeah.
but not as a guru, but as an Uttar Sadhaka. Uttar Sadhaka is an advanced Upasaka, that's all.
There's a word called serendipity.
Mhm.
Means that situations come together. You know, again, it's the same thing.
Yes.
That's effectively what you're saying, that when situations come together, progress will happen.
Yes.
When it's meant to happen, things will happen.
Yes. But there is a feedback loop in nature. So if you just wait that when situations will happen, I will not do anything right now, then the feedback loop is such that suppose you were to start a spiritual journey 10 years from now, nature can put it 10 lifetimes from now, because you're not making any effort now.
Gotcha. All right. The key is to maintain your discipline.
Yes.
That was the video for today. Make sure you hit like, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends. TRS Clips will be back soon.